Thank you for having me as moderator, and also thank you for showing up and participating in this budget process. My first order of business is to swear in the ballot clerks, and I'll represent to the meeting that shortly before the meeting, I met with the ballot clerks, and they all took a similar oath that I just took and signed a similar written oath that I signed. Is there any objection to me swearing them in advance, like swearing them again, but be more efficient way? Seeing no objections, I'll consider them sworn in, and I'll give this to the superintendent. Okay, next order of business is to set the rules of procedure. I'm going to be guided by the meeting moderators manual, which is the procedure that moderators use for town meetings and school budget meetings almost universally in the state. Is there any objection to me using the main moderators manual for tonight's proceedings? Okay, go with that. Next, by law, a person who's not registered to vote in the district is not allowed to speak at this meeting without consent of 2/3 of the voters. However, there are some administrators here who will be useful to provide information on the budget and to answer questions about the budget who are non-residents or non-voters in the district. So I'm going to ask for the general consensus of the meeting to allow these folks to speak just to provide information for the budget. If any of these folks wanted to speak in favor or against any of the motions on the floor tonight, that's not what we're approving right now, and I would take that up, requiring a separate 2/3 vote to actually come up. So these folks, Andrea Dish, business manager, Angela Hardy, director of curriculum and instruction, Terry McGuire, director of technology, Sarah Sims, Gardner Regional Middle School principal, Katie Gould, Helen Thompson, school principal, Tiffany Cockrell, Pittston Randolph Consolidated School principal, Victoria Duguay, Riverview Community School principal, Alicia Morris, director of special services, Nate Stubbard, athletic director, Josh Farr, director of adult education, and Jared Dumas, Gardner Area High School assistant principal. Any objection to allowing these folks to address the meeting to provide information? Okay, seeing none, we'll allow that. So this is a meeting of the legislative body of the district. You, the voters who showed up here today, are the legislative body. Our job tonight is to approve a budget that will be submitted to a secret ballot referendum on June 13th next week. And the budget that is approved tonight will be subject to a yes, no vote on June 13th at your local polling places. The agenda for tonight is the warrant for this meeting, which the articles start at page 6 of this budget booklet. So there are 19 articles. That's our agenda for tonight. And just to orient you, the first 11 articles are expenditure articles authorizing the school board to spend funds for education. Articles 12 and 13 raise revenues for the budget. Article 14 summarize the budget, and the next 5 articles are other things that are actually not school operating budget, but are things that the legislative body approves. And so, since you're here, you need to take care of them, so they're on this agenda. And briefly, this is how we'll proceed. I'm going to take up each article in order. I'm going to read the article, and then I'll look for a motion in a second. Once we have those, I'll open the floor up to discussion. Are we recording? Are you recording this?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Through this microphone?
We can hear loud and clear.
Okay, so we suggest you use the microphone to be heard. If you're super loud, you can stand and speak from where you are. When I recognize you, please state your name and the town you're from. And then please limit your remarks to discussion that's relevant to the motion on the floor. I'm going to just reserve any comment about controlling time or speaking just as needed, but I will let you know that At times, discussion can go on for a while, and the legislative body has the power to stop discussion and go on to a vote. It's a little extraordinary to stop discussion, so it requires a 2/3 vote, but anybody can make that motion. And you just have to say, I guess the words are to move the previous question, to move the question, or you can just say, like to end the discussion and vote. And that requires a 2/3 vote again, but I just wanted to arm you with that in case it's needed. See, we're gonna vote by show of hands, or you got, every voter should have got a colored card, and we'll, when we count, you raise your colored card, and we'll determine the vote that way. I think I'm gonna just move on right into the warrant, and I'll take up any procedural issues as they arise. Okay, you ready? So Article 1, to see what sum the district will be authorized to spend for regular instruction, the school board recommends $12,300,997.65.
Second.
Okay, and I'll take the motion to move it in the amount recommended. Yep. Okay, so Article 1 has been moved and seconded. Opening up the floor for discussion. Are there any comments or questions about Article 1? Yes, sir.
What exactly is regular instruction?
It's dependent or somebody else with us.
Yes, if you go to page 18 in the budget book, it breaks down regular instruction, so it includes classroom instruction, so the article will be for our teachers, our written program, our alternative ed program, our program, which is our gifted and talented, our English as a second language, and our adult ed.
Any other questions or discussion on Article 1? Okay, seeing none, we're going to vote again by show of the colored cards. All those in favor of Article 1, the amount recommended? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. So Article 1 passes in the amount recommended. Article 2, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for special education, the school board recommends $5,401,853.85.
Motion to move the article.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on Article 2? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. So Article 2 passes as written. Article 3, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for career and technical education, the school board recommends $0.
Second.
Any discussion on Article 3? Yes, sir.
Why does the school board not want to teach technical classes? I was in school, we had shop, we had home ec. As a supervisor, that I had 35 out of 37.5 years. The last 2 years, I interviewed a lot of people that couldn't even read a ruler.
So
Period.
the career and technical school is funded through the state directly to the CATC program through the Augusta School District. So our students attend, there's just no fee for our school district to have to pay because it comes directly from the state. They're fully funded or partially funded through the state. And then the Augusta School District pays on any additional, if there is an additional fee.
It's gonna do for children and dogs. For technical education.
I don't have off the top of my head how many students overall in all of the sending schools to attend. We have approximately, I think it's around 65, 66 students who are attending.
Any other questions or discussion on Article 3? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 3 passes as written. Article 4, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for other instruction. The school board recommends $760,559.65. For a motion?
So moved as written.
Yes, thank you. Any discussion on Article 4? Yes, sir.
They teach other instruction.
So other instruction includes co-curricular athletics, as well as 21st century learning, which is a partnership with Boys and Girls Club. It also includes our programs. So it's our after school co-curricular programs, basically. So it's French Club and all of the sports that they have.
Thanks. Any other discussion on Article 5? I'm sorry, 4. Okay, all those in favor of Article 4, the amount recommended? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 4 passes as written. Article 5, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for student and staff support. The school board recommends $3,031,407.67.
Motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Any discussion on Article 5? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 5 passes as written. Article 6, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for system administration, the school board recommends $956,384.67.
Motion to move the article as written.
Any discussion or questions on Article 6? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 6 passes as written. Article 7. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for school administration, the school board recommends $1,752,199.70.
Move the article as written.
Thank you. Any discussion on Article 7? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 7 passes as written. Article 8, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for transportation and buses, the school board recommends $2,226,012.54.
Motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Any discussion on Article 8? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 8 passes as written. Article 9, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for facilities maintenance, the school board recommends $3,659,957.60.
Motion to move the article as written.
Any discussion on Article 9? All those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 9 passes as written. Article 10, to see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for debt service and other commitments, the school board recommends $0.
Motion to move as written.
Second.
Any discussion on Article 10? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 10 passes as written. Article 11. To see what sum the district will be authorized to expend for all other expenditures, the school board recommends $5,626.67.
Motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on Article 11? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 11 passes as written. So now we're moving on to the revenue articles. Article 12, to see what sum the district will appropriate for the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act. And to see what sum the district will raise and assess as each municipality's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act, in accordance with the Maine revised statutes, Title 28, Section 15688. The recommended amounts are set forth in two columns. The left column is the amount of the Essential Program and Services allocation, basically the state formula determines it's the minimum amount to create a basic education. And on the right hand column is the amount to be assessed to the municipality. And it's broken down, the total to be assessed at $7,362,991.84. And it's apportioned among the municipalities in the numbers above that column. Is there a motion for Article 12?
Motion to move the article as
Second.
Any discussion on Article 12? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 12 passes as written. Article 13, so by law, it's required a written ballot. We'll go through that procedure after we get through discussion on this. To see what sum the district will raise and appropriate in additional local funds, recommend $4,911,672.48, which exceeds the state essential programs and services allocation model by recommended amount of $4,911,672.48, as required to fund the budget recommended by the school board. The school board recommends $4,911,672.48, which exceeds the state's essential programs and services allocation model by that same number, $4,911,672.48. And the school board gives the following reasons for exceeding the state's essential programs and services funding model. These funds are needed to fund costs of supporting 4 community schools that the essential programs and services funding model does not recognize, to provide greater academic support in the form of educational technicians in district classrooms than the essential programs and services funding model recognizes, to pay for co-curricular costs not recognized by the essential programs and services funding model, and to pay for transportation costs not recognized by the essential programs and services funding model. Is there a motion for Article 13?
motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Second.
Thanks.
Why is it saying? Oh.
Is there any discussion on?
That's like reading way of the years.
Any discussion on Article 13? Okay, so we're going to vote, and this is a written ballot, so there'll be a yes, no vote. So the way we're going to do this is you're going to go back to your clerk. They're going to give you a yes, no ballot, which you fill out and deposit in the ballot boxes. And when we're done voting, we'll have a count. Okay, so we'll be at ease while everyone visits their clerk and votes.
So real back and I was like. And probably.
There are things I don't know.
So if there's anybody who wishes to vote on Article 13 that hasn't yet voted. We go slow. Okay, last call for votes on Article 13. Okay, seeing none, I'm going to close the voting and ask the ballot clerk to count the ballots.
Oh, yeah. Everything like that. No. Happened last year.
Okay, so the voting results are 43 yes and 3 no. So Article 13 passes as written. Okay, Article 14, to see what sum the district will authorize the school board to expend for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2023 and ending June 30, 2024, from the district's contribution to the total cost of funding public education from kindergarten to grade 12, as described in the Essential Programs and Services Funding Act. Local funds for state-funded school construction debt service. Additional local funds for school purposes under the Community Law Statutes Title 28, Section 15690, unexpended balances, tuition receipts, state subsidy, and other receipts for the support of school. The school board recommends $30,105,000. So moved as written. Any discussion on Article 14? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 14 passes as written. Article 15, to see if the district will appropriate $271,000 for adult education and raise $105,450 as the local share, with authorization to expend any additional, incidental, or miscellaneous receipts in the interest and for the well-being of the adult education program.
Motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on Article 15? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 15 passes as written. Article 16. In addition to amounts approved in the preceding articles, shall the school board be authorized to expend such other sums as may be received from federal or state grants or programs or other sources during the fiscal year for school and other program purposes, provided that such grant programs or other sources do not require the expenditure of other funds not previously approved.
Move the article.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on Article 16? Thank you. All those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 16 passes as written. Article 17, shall the school board be authorized to transfer $80,797 from available fund balances to the capital reserve fund and to expend from the capital reserve fund as needed in the discretion of the school board.
Motion to move the article is written.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on Article 17? Seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Thank you. Article 17 passes as written. Article 18. Shall the district authorize the school board to establish a non-lapsing contingency fund for periods of financial emergency pursuant to section 1482-3 of Title 20A, and to transfer the district's unallocated balances in excess of 9% of the prior fiscal year's budget as determined by audit to that fund. And shall the district delegate authority to the school board to expend sums in the contingency fund when the school board determines by public vote that an emergency need exists, and to transfer sums in the contingency fund to the district's general fund for use in school operating budgets approved by district voters.
Motion to move the article as written.
Second.
Thank you. Is there discussion on Article 18? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 18 passes as written. Article 19, shall the school board be authorized to transfer amounts exceeding 5% of the total appropriation for any cost center to another cost center or among other cost centers for the 2023-2024 fiscal year, provided that transfers shall not be permitted to increase the authorized total school budget.
Motion to move the article as written.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on Article 19? Okay, seeing none, all those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, Article 19 passes as written, and that's the end of our business for this evening. So I want to thank everybody again for coming out and participating in the process, and remind everybody again that the budget that was approved tonight, subject to a yes, no vote, the local polling places next week, next Tuesday, the 13th. So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn. You want to adjourn? All those in favor of adjourning?
Are you sure?
Opposed? Thank you. We're adjourned. Have a very good evening. Breathtaking.
No. Small district.